Welcome to Midnight Mayhem. Standing by, Stephen the Fever Walters. Mr. Walters is coming across the seas right now. He was just in Japan. He had a stint in the UK, and this man has caught the eye of a one Scott Dawson, Casey McKnight. If you're a fan of Midnight Mayhem, that man has given him a seal of approval. Tonight is his debut on Midnight Mayhem meets WrestleForce. What are you gonna do?
It's like he said, my name is Stephen Walters. For the ones that know me, you know what I can do and you know what I'm capable of. For the ones that don't, for the ones just now catching me on Midnight Mayhem, you're the ones that need to listen. Put down your emotes, throw them away, open your eyes and watch, and you'll see exactly what I'm gonna do with WrestleForce.
I will do. My God! Look at that! You only did that in the live event. Oh, devastating suplex. Oh, this could be bedlam here in the arena. Oh my God!
Close your eyes. Mothers, send your children to their rooms.
Here we go. Oh my God, look at this. The money clip out of nowhere. Welcome to Midnight Mayhem. Aaron Varnam here, along with the one and only Intern Keith. Intern Keith is here on summer semester, so, you know, he didn't get his credit hours in earlier. But tonight we've got a great episode of Midnight Mayhem. We have got simply the best Ryan Edmonds, this man you see right now. He's hailing from North Dakota,
Don't you know? Yeah, sure, you betcha.
See, that's there you go. Thank you, Intern Keith. Last time Intern Keith was here, we were doing a little match, and it was fantastic to see him. But here we go. Here's the man that we paid to see tonight, Stephen the Fever Walters. Stephen the Fever Walters, coming out of Japan. He wrestled in Japan. He wrestled in the United Kingdom. Casey McKnight knows who he is. Casey McKnight credits this man for some great matches that they had and their tryouts for WWE. Stephen Walters is a fantastic wrestler, and I'm really interested to see how he does against debuting Ryan Edmonds.
So we got kind of like the States versus Japan here. So domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, well, he is from South Carolina, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you see, Stephen the Fever Walters, he's got a little bit of personality. It's going to be interesting to see how that personality, how that fire goes against this man, this big, brutish man in the ring right there.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe simply the best Ryan Edmonds will get the fever that Stephen Walters is laying out here.
Now, would that be more like a scarlet fever, a yellow fever? We don't know, but Stephen's got it, and hopefully that fever is winning in professional wrestling, and I'm excited about this matchup.
I am too. It's about time these two met, so...
Yeah, well, it's the first time these two have met, so there you go. And it's going to be great because Stephen Walters debuting in Midnight Mayhem along with Ryan Edmonds. I'm interested to see, because Casey McKnight has said some great things about Walters, and I'm interested to see if everything's true.
Gotcha. I guess we're getting underway here soon. He looks a little scared to get in the ring there with him.
Yeah, Ryan Edmonds is maybe he's heard a little bit about the pedigree that is Stephen the Fever Walters. The pedigree of wrestling in Japan, in wrestling in the UK. You know who set up Stephen the Fever Walters? Do you know who set him up in the UK?
No.
One Lord William Regal.
Oh my!
From WWE, that's right. Royalty sets him up in the UK. They're starting off with a nice collar elbow tie-up. Look at this. Edmonds is using his strength to the advantage already. Stephen Walters being forced back to the turnbuckle, but Stephen is blocking it and coming with a flurry of right hands on his own. Side headlock right there. It looks like Stephen Walters, he may have an advantage when it comes to chain wrestling, but it looks like Edmonds may have him in brute strength. Oh, look at that. Walters not letting go of the hair.
This is going to be an interesting. I thought
was that English?
No, it wasn't. I thought Ryan Edmonds was gonna use more brute force than Walters, but Walters seems to have a hand on this this match here.
Look at that! Look at that big shoulder block, and it just shows you what kind of mountain of a man Edmonds is. Taking these 2 blocks, and Stephen Walters says, "All right, I can't knock you down. Here's your turn to knock me down." Look at that! A nice drop toe hold, going straight to a crossface. It looks like, and that is what Stephen Walters uses. He uses a lot of crossface maneuvers, a lot of submission maneuvers to take his opponents out.
If I had to compare these two, I'd say Ryan Edmonds is more like the Thing from the Fantastic Four, and sticking to the Fantastic Four theme, Stephen Walters is more like the Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I can see that. Or Johnny Storm, a playboy, a fun-looking guy, a great-looking guy. I like that, Keith. Talking about the Fantastic Four, one of my favorite runs of a Jonathan Hickman comic book. Jonathan Hickman coming out of Florence, South Carolina. An interesting comic book writer, but an interesting story in the ring so far. Simply the best Ryan Edmonds is being bested by Stephen the Fever Walters.
I've never seen a match quite like this. This is cat and mouse behavior. I wasn't expecting this coming into the match.
And look at Walters just grabbing the hair of Edmonds. But there you go, Edmonds using that advantage right there, his size advantage, to force his neck down onto the ropes to break that hold. Stephen off the ropes, a big back elbow by Edmonds. Edmonds going for the cover. 1, 2, only 2. And folks, look at this rear chin lock right now. Just trying to get all the air out of Stephen Walters, trying to slow down the pace of the matchup, because if it's a faster paced matchup, Stephen the Fever Walters is definitely going to have that advantage. But now that it's slowed down a little bit, he can use some more of that brute strength.
Yeah, it is clobbering time here in the match.
But, thank you, Keith. Keith, intern Keith, everybody. The rear chin lock, and Stephen fighting back to his feet. A couple elbows to the midsection of Edmonds right there. Stephen off the ropes, looks like a big clothesline he missed. Ooh, and a big Harley Race knee lift. And that's it, man. Stephen Walters is out. And you put a little punctuation on that and give him a little elbow to the sternum.
A little high five for him to go there. Just hit after hit, just taking a beat
Just
here.
hammering down blows onto the chest and midsection of Stephen Walters and just scooping him up like he weighs the size of a piece of paper. Edmonds is off the ropes, and it looks like Edmonds is going down. Ooh, nice guillotine leg drop. Edmonds is finally getting that momentum behind him, and if you study physics, an object in motion stays in motion. When you get that momentum going, the inertia behind Edmonds, and Edmonds is a big boy, it's going to be hard to stop.
That's true, and going along with the physics, Stephen Walters seems to be at rest, and as you know, an object in rest tends to stay at rest.
There you go. Look at this. We are getting all technical here this week on Midnight Mayhem. Blocking him with a boot and a big, picking him up, scooping him up, sidewalk slam from Ryan Edmonds. Edmonds going for the cover once again. 1, 2, only 2 still in the matchup. Stephen Walters trying to get some great fans behind him, trying to get some momentum going on his own, maybe get that inertia to transfer that source of energy. But no, it just looked like a little scoop body slam right there, but quizzical that Ryan Edmonds would maybe be going for a high-risk maneuver right now. He doesn't look like a guy that goes to the top that much, but he's going up top right now. I don't know if this is a good move for Ryan Edmonds.
You see Doom in his future. Oh, and he rolls out of it.
Look, and that's what happens. When you're going up top for a high-risk maneuver, especially when you're that big, I'm not going to say slow, but slower than your opponent. Your opponent's got that time to kind of gather his wits about him, to kind of figure out where he's at in the ring, roll out of the way, and Stephen Walters was able to capitalize on that misstep by Ryan Edmonds.
A lot of energy now in the match, just exchanging blows here. I would not like to be in the ring right now.
Forearm shiver, and then Ryan Edmonds stopping Stephen Walters, but it looks like Stephen Walters, nice move by Walters, capping that off with a standing dropkick, and Stephen Walters finally getting those great Midnight Mayhem WrestleForce TV fans behind him. Stephen Walters with a huge clothesline right there. Now, this is your time, Stephen. Capitalize. Oh, wow. Look at that beautiful springboard moonsault, and he's going for the cover. Ryan Edmonds able to jump out. Stephen kind of frustrated right now by the ref's count. He thought maybe he had the win right there.
You gotta hand it to these refs, though. They go through a lot too, so we'll see.
They are human beings. They go through things. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm trying to tell you, yes, that they're humans too. They make mistakes.
A nice European uppercut off the ropes. Oh my God! Did you just see the height, the elevation, the speed behind Ryan Edmonds?
I think that might be match. And oh, he's still got a little fight in him. Stephen Walters, the fever. Not giving up.
No, it's got to be 102 plus. This fever is getting red hot right now. Stephen Walters gathering some of that great momentum. You can feel it in the air, but it looks like Edmonds is trying to scoop him up. Look at that. And here we go. This is the patenting finish maneuver of Stephen Walters. This beautiful crossface right now. And look at all the pain in the face. He's about to tap. Is he going to tap?
That is anguish. That you can just feel it.
Inching his way to the corner to grab the rope to stop the count. Is Edmonds going to be able to... Is Edmonds going to do it? No. Here, and look at Stephen the Fever. Having the wherewithal in the ring to switch it over, and he gets a win in his debut on Midnight Mayhem meets WrestleForce.
That was an excellent match. That was more fun,
than a barrel of monkeys?
Than a barrel of monkeys.
Stephen the Fever Walters coming up next. We've got Caleb Conley. Welcome back to Midnight Mayhem, the Midnight Sun. Caleb Conley, I'm digging that name. It's got Midnight in it, Midnight Mayhem, WrestleForce TV. This man is a he's almost like Xavier Rush, kind of a pretty boy on Midnight Mayhem. This is the first time you're seeing Caleb Conley, but don't get me wrong, Caleb Conley is a journeyman, and he's all over the United States wrestling.
You gotta, as a man, appreciate a long mane like that.
Look at it. It's beautiful. It's two-toned. It's multifaceted, that hair. And look at the moves of him just going into the ring. This is going to be a flashy matchup.
I'd like to think so. And
he's taking on the Steel City Prodigy, Ryan Mitchell. Ryan Mitchell, hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
His hair might not be as nice, but I bet he's got just as well, polished moves.
Thank you, Intern Keith. Intern Keith finally talking here on Midnight Mayhem. But Caleb Conley, Ryan Mitchell, two men that I guarantee you this match is going to be fireworks. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be something different that we don't see on Midnight Mayhem every day. And Ryan Mitchell is ready to get this match underway. Caleb Conley pacing back and forth, staring at his prey like a lion in the prairie.
Like a snake and a mouse. I like to think so.
There you go, Intern Keith. You're getting the flow of things now. You're trying to finally get some momentum behind you. Do you want to talk about inertia with yourself there?
No, I'm good. We'll wait for the match to start before we whip out some physics.
There you go. Caleb Conley pointing at Ryan Mitchell. Caleb Conley talking schmack to Ryan Mitchell. He's saying, you know what? I'm going to be better than you. And you have no chance of beating me. Is he reaching for... No, I thought he was going to be sportsman-like and reach his hand out to shake his hand, but Caleb Conley is still just talking a lot of junk, and Caleb Conley just pointing at Ryan Mitchell. Ryan Mitchell ready to get this match underway, and a huge open-handed slap to the face. I believe that's a female dog slap if I've ever seen one before. Caleb Conley getting hip toss right there, and a nice arm drag, a huge arm drag. Caleb Conley is getting that pretty boy face whooped to the ground. Caleb Conley going outside the ring. Where's he going is the question. Where did Caleb Conley? He's leaving. I don't think he's ready for this matchup.
Is he really? He's going. Hey, just look at him go. Just look at him go. He could go all the way.
And the referee is giving him a count of 10. Ryan Mitchell is ready to, and rearing, ready to get this match underway. Caleb Conley maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew when it comes to Ryan Mitchell in this ring.
He may have beautiful flowing locks, but I don't think he's any match for Ryan Mitchell.
Well, maybe this match will continue here. Caleb Conley getting back in the ring. Oh no, he was faking out. He wanted to break up the count, so he didn't get counted out, and he is just taking his pretty little time. Get it? Because he's a pretty boy. He's taking that time, and he is. Finally, he might get back in the ring.
Oh, well, we'll have to find out. He's just, I think he's posing for the camera there.
He is a good-looking guy. That's his shtick here on Midnight Mayhem, the Midnight Sun, Caleb Conley. This matchup will continue to... Welcome back to Midnight Mayhem. Finally, this matchup will probably happen, and we're using hypotheticals here because we don't know what's going to happen if Caleb Conley is actually going to wrestle a match against Ryan Mitchell, and it looks like they're finally going to tie up in this matchup. But no, excuse me, Caleb Conley just kicks Mitchell in the midsection. That's a lot of M's.
That was...
on Midnight Mayhem.
Oh, the alliteration. It's overwhelming.
It looks like Mitchell throwing Caleb to the ropes, and Caleb with a big shoulder block. Caleb proving that he is the better man right now, but it looks like Ryan Mitchell showing some moves of his own, and a nice hip toss. Mitchell is on a roll again. We just saw this earlier. Maybe Caleb Conley should have figured that out earlier, and he's doing the same thing. He's getting out of the ring. He's getting out of harm's way. He's making sure that Caleb Conley, you know what he doesn't want? What? He doesn't want his face to get damaged.
Oh, well, he's grabbing his face right now.
Have you ever played Super Punch-Out on the Super NES?
I have.
Yeah, well, this is going to be my Super Punch-Out reference for the night. Caleb Conley, look at that! Springboard moonsault, second rope, beautiful maneuver. Caleb Conley posing. You should take advantage of it right now, Caleb, and go for the pin, but you're too narcissistic. Speaking of narcissism, Narcissus Prince from Super Punch-Out. If you remember, he is a fighter in Super Punch-Out on the SNES. You can hit him, but you can't hit his face.
What? I just can't even handle that reference right now. I just... Woof.
Why? Because I'm so eloquent in my commentary?
It's an art form, almost poetry.
Thank you. I am seamlessly able to integrate comic books. I'm seamlessly integrating comic books, computer games, video games, anything you want to know. Aaron Varnam has it, and that's why Midnight Mayhem presents WrestleForce TV is the best thing going on television.
A variety show.
And if you want to find more, you go on Facebook.com/MidnightMayhem21. You can find some of our past episodes and some of the beauty that is professional wrestling. Look at Caleb Conley with a nice snapmare takedown, and Ryan Mitchell, maybe he grabbed a little bit of Mitchell's hair right there. I would think that Mitchell would want to go for some of that hair on Caleb Conley.
Absolutely, and there's plenty of it on both of these wrestlers.
Manes, veritable manes of hair, tufts of hair on these men.
Quaffs. There's a lot of hair tonight on Midnight Mayhem.
A very strong Irish whip, the shoulder and the back of Mitchell, feeling it right now. The referee asking him, are you ready to quit? Mitchell says, no, not no, but hell no. I'm going to take this pretty boy out. Caleb Conley getting a kick to the midsection by Mitchell. Mitchell getting a nice right hand in there. And he is Irish whipping Conley. Conley reversing it. Conley with a big back elbow. Mitchell to the ground. And Caleb Conley finally going for a pin attempt. But it is only a 2 count.
You like to see that. Caleb Conley with his hair, pretty boy, instead of posing, finally going for the pin.
Well, you know, he could have possibly won that match 10 minutes ago if he would have gone for pin attempts earlier. Look at this cravat chokehold right now.
I don't even know what that is.
There you go. I said it. It's a move right there, and that move is amazing. That move is going to choke you out. It's going to hold. It's going to rip at your neck, your shoulder muscles. It's not going to feel good.
He is just. That is. I'm hoping he taps out soon. He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
He's fighting back, though. Ryan Mitchell off the ropes. Ryan Mitchell getting turned on the knee by Caleb Conley. Caleb Conley finally getting a rhythm about his wrestling tonight. Hooking the leg. Still, not enough to keep Ryan Mitchell down. You know, people from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Steel City, they are tough SOBs.
That they are. Oh, and he is a prodigy. Look at him. He's putting it up with it.
Yeah, he's able to take this. He's a youngin' in the ring, perhaps, but he is able to take the relentless onslaught of the Midnight Sun, Caleb Conley. Fighting back, finally getting a chest chop, trying to wrench that arm, and it looks like Conley going straight to the ropes. Ryan Mitchell building up some steam, blocked by Caleb Conley's left boot.
An unorthodox start to this wrestling.
And a huge spine buster, Arn Anderson even.
Wow. I was saying it was just an unorthodox start to this wrestling. I wasn't expecting such a great, gladiator-like match.
Well, you know, you were sitting there. You don't know a lot about professional wrestling, and that's why we're trying. You were the intern prodigy, Keith. That you were the Myrtle Beach prodigy, intern Keith. We're gonna try to get you back in the track, in the saddle again. You're gonna learn, and you're gonna see this right now, and you're gonna say, look at that, it's like a pendulum. Fight, fight, fight. It could swing either way right now. Beautiful standing drop kick, another standing drop kick. Mitchell on a roll. Mitchell getting those great Midnight Mayhem WrestleForce fans behind him, and it looks like he's taking them up and dumping them down.
What a hit. Oh my God, this is probably oh nope, I spoke too soon, not the end of the match.
Yeah, you did speak too soon, intern Keith. Ryan Mitchell getting Caleb's, perhaps setting him up for a high-risk maneuver. Now, we said earlier when we were talking about Edmonds, Ryan Edmonds, simply the best Ryan Edmonds, when he went up top, he's a big guy. He may be a little bit slower. I wouldn't take a high-risk maneuver. Ryan Mitchell's going against a high-risk wrestler. He's going to have to take a move like that and a beautiful Macho Man Randy Savage-like elbow drop.
This will be the end. Wrong again.
Well, you know, we may have seen the end of the Doors this past week with the passing of Ray Kazmarek and then Jim Morrison a few years ago, in the 70s. This is the end. My only friend, the end, but it doesn't look like it's the end. It looks like Caleb Conley still has a little bit of life left in him.
And music references, too. You are the Midnight Mayhem son, where Caleb
Oh,
Conley...
my God. Did you see that? He had his knee to the back of the head, dropped it down, That is some kind of neck breaker, a swinging neck breaker that I've never seen before.
These two legends are creating legendary hits on each other.
It is very interesting, innovative offense out of the Midnight Sun, Caleb Conley, and instead of capitalizing, still he's mouthing off. Look at that. He is going to lose this matchup because he let that big boy mouth take over that pretty boy style right there.
You can't worry about the crowd when you're in the ring.
Looked like that was a beautiful, beautiful maneuver. Ryan Mitchell going for the cover. This is when the match starts taking form. You're going to see it. Who's going to win? Either way, you're a winner in this matchup. Either way, you're a winner because you get to see this. And it looks like Mitchell going once again up top. I don't know if you're going to the well one too many times, Mitchell.
It was a beautiful hit before. Let's see if he can duplicate the process. Here he goes, top row.
Caleb Conley getting back to his feet. Caleb Conley crotching Ryan Mitchell. Ryan Mitchell, pain and agony to the plums right there. And Caleb Conley is back to his feet. That was the opening that Conley needed to get back into this matchup.
All the men watching out there, we all felt that one.
Looks like Conley has got Mitchell on his shoulder and a beautiful driver. And it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. And Caleb Conley wins the old ball game. Folks, that was a matchup worthy of Midnight Mayhem. I want to see what Harold Britt has to say about this episode of Midnight Mayhem with 4 brand new wrestlers on the show. If you want to find us on Facebook, midnightmayhem.com/CW21.
Oh my, broke the table in half. I will do. Look at that! You only did that in the live event. Oh, devastating suplex. Folks, this could be bedlam here in the arena. Oh my God! Close your eyes. Mothers, send your children to their rooms.